So I must have pushed a button because I talked to myself for about another 10 minutes. So the floorboards on the driver's side are just as clean. There's not a spot of rust on this thing. It's just got a little bit of, well, it's got a little browning, but this is all nice and smooth. There's not even top layers. This is all oxidized, just a little bit oxidized, not even a lot. That's what we want to see on them. What I was saying is the driver's side's in really good shape. It's got a couple maybe little door dings down there, but nothing like the other side had. The corners are good. The tailgate is awesome. And again, we normally don't include the tailgate and the windshield frame, but these are places that they do tend to rust, especially if you're in the Midwest and East Coast. So I can build kind of a package deal. This has got good glass in it. If you happen to have blue, that's fantastic because you'll probably have to pull your glass to paint it. Well, I guess you could tape around it. It'd be a shame because that piece of glass is so nice. So typically when we sell tubs, they're bare tubs. So you just get the tub. Everything is out of the inside of them. This is an Apex. That's why it's got these leather looking seats in it. This driver's side, good foam, but the cover's starting to tear. The passenger's in good shape. But again, if it was like somebody said, hey, and this happens quite a bit, you know, I want to get priced on the tub, the windshield frame, the tailgate, you know, the cowl, maybe the seats, you know, whatever. Just let me know, and I'll build it that way. So I'm gonna have to fire off 2 videos because, like I said, I have another video. Or I bounced the camera and it freaking shut off. So it is what it is. But all right, well, that's it on this. Let's take a quick walk here and just take a quick peek to see if we might have any other tubs that are pulled. I'm down to my last couple, as I said in the beginning of that other video. And I say last couple 9706s. I might be down to my last 03 to 06 there. Not where we want to be sitting with tubs right now, because usually we have a handful of them going into April, May, which are usually big tub months for us. But, you know, years ago, you could look at auction. You could find a couple thousand listed over the next couple months that are going to be available. The last time I've looked, there were 2 on one and there was like 16 on another. So this is an 02. And I can tell for really the simple reason is the way the rear seat mounts. So if you aren't using a rear seat in your TJ, then this tub will work. If you are using a rear seat, it will work, but either you swap to an early style seat, or you put the nutserts in them in the floor, and you can then mount your seat into this one. So I thought this tub was listed, but I don't see any skews on it. So this one might need to be listed. This one's got a little bit of damage. Oh, there is a skew on it. So I'll have to see if this one's up on the site or not. It's got a little damage back here. So this is probably priced around like a B grade, even though corners aren't too bad to do on them. It's just the way we do those. So, and this is like a greenish colored. Here, this one's sold. This was a low grade anyway. And we have a tub going to Maine next week. So, well, should be here in the end of next week. And they're pretty quick. Our hot shots are incredibly fast. We just had a tub get picked up. See, today is Tuesday. So he picked up last Thursday. It was going to St. Augustine, Florida, and he's delivering today. So, I mean, you think about how the distance there. So I know he said PA, that's pretty quick. Usually 2 or 3 days once they pick up. And you can do COD on the delivery if you like. A lot of people just like to get it all done, and that's fine too. We don't mark up our shipping, so we pay usually like $50 to broker the load up front, and then the rest of it goes to the driver, which is the way I like it, because if you've ever hot shotted or done hauling, it's a pretty vicious world out there for those guys, in the sense that the brokers end up making the money and the guys doing the runs are usually not making any money. So I like to see, we always like to make sure our drivers are getting the nut on those deliveries. They're not, we get super cheap hotshot rates, so for what does go out there, I want to make sure those guys get what they can, and then they keep coming back. So this is our yard. It's a little messy right now, even though it is a junkyard, because we're doing a big yard cleanup. So all this stuff over here is actually getting moved because we're building a building. So we're gonna finally have some indoor storage, and we're gonna move all of our Jeeps out of the center up against the hillside, because it's kind of wasted space over there. So, all right. So again, Jeremy, Jeeps Unlimited, 303-666-9020, partsbreakers.com. And my upper lot is where we put our completely dismantled tubs and frames, mainly our tubs, because I don't want the guys accidentally backing into one, so I kind of put them completely out of harm's way up here. I don't think there's much left up here. I just got back from a trip, so I'm let's see. This will be a good, I'm going to show you a blue one. We actually sold it yesterday. It's the one going to Maine, but it's an 02 anyway. But this one was kind of sold as, I was thinking about with that one, if somebody wanted to buy it like this one, which was the windshield frame roll bar left in it. Yeah, so I can already tell you up here, I don't have any more of the 03 to 06. That blue one's going to be it. Luckily, it's a nice one. Sucks when we only have one left. It's not a very nice one. That one just came in, like I said, not too long ago. So we've just been busy. We haven't been able to tear it down. Some of them get tore down faster than others. The engine's out of that one. So that's the one that sold yesterday. And as you see, it is how we sold it. So a tailgate. So that gives somebody an opportunity to be able to, not have to fold down their windshield frame. Because typically in the Midwest, East Coast, it's the bottom of the windshield frames that you see it. This one, I thought this one sold, but this one might be available. But it's a 9701 anyway. You can tell because of the heater box. So there is, like I said, two differences, the heater box and then the rear tire, or excuse me, not rear tire, rear seat. So, all right, well, that's it. I'll have to go out and find some inventory this summer. We don't buy a lot of our big, if we can find it, it's usually July to end of the year. And it's just kind of our off season when I start looking. But yeah, we just didn't have a huge take on TJs. We had a lot of TJs come in recently. We've had probably 6 of them in the last month, but every one of them except for that blue one out there, we've sold the frame and tubs on as a, and I think the only reason that one hasn't come apart yet is because it's got a 2.4 frame under it, which is identical to a 6-cylinder, but they do move the motor mounts on them. So some people don't want to mess with that. We do sell them separate, and that's usually what happens, but the last 5 of them we've had come in, people have bought the tub and the frames together. So, because it saves you on the shipping, it does help immensely. I mean, you think about, usually to PA, it's like $750 to get it out there to you. It's $1,000 to get a tub and a frame usually. And then the same thing goes for the upper East Coast and stuff. It ends up being, saves people sometimes upwards to $1,000. But if your frame is good, that's great. And you luck out, because so many times it's not like that. So, all right, I've blabbed enough in this video. I've been at sea level. Matter of fact, I've been below sea level. Death Valley sits, one of the places in it sits 282 feet below sea level. And I was out there dirt biking last week. It was amazing. One of the few parks you can actually Jeep and dirt bike in. And what a cool park. I've been around it several times, but never in it. And if you ever have the opportunity, that is a neat place, but don't go there in summer. All right, I'll stop blabbing on and get this put up on YouTube and take a little bit to post. And then we can go from there. Thanks, guys.